back.
Welcome back to our podcast.
For my future self, innit?
In it. In it.
Innit?
Callie.
Serena.
Anyways.
Anyway. Yay!
We
We're
can
back.
never do intros, but welcome back.
Welcome back to
It's
our podcast.
just us two.
I know, I've missed this time. Just us.
Although all
Some
the guests-
privacy, my
Yeah,
God.
privacy.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We've enjoyed, first of all, the feedback that we've gotten from our last two guests.
Mhm.
Love.
Thank you.
I know you guys enjoyed them
Mhm.
as much as we did.
Oh yeah, those were very profound episodes, I feel
Mhm.
like. And I think with those episodes with those specific guests, not even just those guests, but guests in general, I feel like it helped us step into our purpose within this podcast even more because of the conversations we were having,
Yeah.
what we were learning from them, and like them telling their stories here with us.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes us, it initiated a lot of the moves that we're making now for my future self.
It was
like
inspiring.
For her, all of the community things we want to start diving into.
Mhm.
So,
Absolutely.
man, it's really fulfilling.
I love that. I think
Mhm.
I never thought that our podcast would get to a point of like guests and
Oh yeah, no.
interviewing people that are within the community. That's inspiring. So
Mhm.
not only are we like being able to share that and spread that, but we're learning for ourselves. It's giving us a purpose. It's helping us navigate our lives. So you guys have no idea. So to all the guests that have been on here so far, like we are truly inspired by each and every one of you guys.
Mhm.
And we can't wait to showcase and interview even more people.
I know. We can't
Maybe
wait
a
to
male.
broaden.
We haven't done
We
any
know.
males.
I know.
It's all
It was just
women.
Eugene, and that was it.
I know. Shout out, and our boyfriends.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we'll bring them back,
but
and
we'll
then
see.
we'll talk to more.
We definitely want to get deeper with the mans. I know
Yes.
our boyfriend episode was very casual, just random topics.
Yeah, but I think they have more. They have more to give for sure.
They have some depth in them.
They do.
We can talk
They do.
about. But anyway,
They were nervous.
yeah.
They were nervous. But yeah, we want to dive into more conversations with more people on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But from what we have so far, the connections we've made outside of the podcast, bringing them here and then connecting to more people, it's like a web.
Yeah.
It's like
so we're so excited to see what it brings us and how many people actually do come together, because as you guys know, we have the For Her community. We talk about it almost every episode at this point.
Yep.
But we're still in the very early stages, and it's just exciting. Like, we don't know where it's gonna go. We don't know who can get connected through it, and that's just it's fun.
Yeah, I think other than us personally, me and Serena connecting to the people who are in the community and who will be, I think it's more over giving them the opportunity to connect with each other
and speak
about
their
it.
Stories.
If anything, it's so fulfilling that me and Serena will be able to, because I'm going to speak it out into existence, will be able to facilitate environments just for that. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just bigger than us, and it's even bigger than the podcast. It's bigger than the collective we're trying to build.
Yeah.
It goes deeper into support and like, I don't know. It's just a beautiful concoction.
Feel something. We just feel something coming, and
we do. It's around the corner, and we can't wait. I can't
passion.
wait.
It's our passion right now.
It is. It really
and we'll get
is.
into that.
I think what really gets me about this whole thing is, I've told Serena this before, but whenever we work on things for my future self or for her, it's like, it's not even, I'm doing it for others. It's actually just pouring back into us. It's like self-care at this point, because we look forward to this. Mm-hmm. It's something outside of what we do, right? It's outside of our careers, but it's tying into that. It's tying into our daily life and our work even more than we thought. So yeah, it's more of a self-care thing here. I know.
It's just something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. Therapy.
Passion project.
Yes.
All that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's something we've always wanted in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm excited. So we could do a quick little short update on life, because it's been a while since we did sit down with us on this couch. Only the second time, actually.
Yeah,
since the new year.
Yeah, last time we were here, we talked about grief and loss.
Mhm.
That was a good one. I really liked that one.
Mhm.
Still going through it, but it's fine. Like,
Yeah, you're doing great.
I think I needed that. I needed to release it, and I
Yeah.
think I needed, for those of you who haven't tuned into that episode, please watch it and listen to it. Let us know your thoughts. But it was a really nice conversation about loss and how we stay grounded in trials. So, with that being said, it was nice to speak to someone outside of the environment that we were in. You
Mhm.
know, it's hard to kind of like heal and talk with the people who are in
Going through
it with you.
Yeah.
It gets really emotional. So that the fact that we were able to talk about it in like
Even
this
with
safe
Nicole
space.
on the last episode.
Yeah, it was nice to talk to Serena. Not only could she relate, but like it was just nice to openly speak about it without getting overly,
and
like,
in a light
yeah,
way.
lightweight,
I
in a
really
lightweight.
liked that.
Yeah, it was healing.
Mhm.
I felt lighter.
Healing energy
On
on
me.
me.
Notice
But-
me, Chris Brown.
But you've been good though.
I've been good.
Like,
I've been
she's been booked and
thriving.
busy.
Girl, God is so good. I feel
Mhm.
like we know whenever you're down, all of a sudden He just has a plan for you. So
Yes.
I've been booked and busy,
Mhm.
and all thanks to Him. But also, I think what happened or what kickstarted the booked and busy was, you know, it's grad season, it's Mother's Day coming up.
Mhm.
It's just that time of year everyone's, you know, tapping into themselves because
Yeah,
it's
keep
summer,
that
the
momentum.
momentum, and I added a new service. I do lash lifts now. We're just on the come up, okay? Look, speaking of
Zoom in right here.
Zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom.
I haven't touched a lash curler in over a month.
Over a month.
So
She is a testament to
if you
California
have pretty good lashes on ya,
yeah,
book an appointment.
but yeah, I think check-in wise, I think that's like the main update. Like I've just been,
That's good. I love that for you.
for sure. And another update, like I've been doing a lot of, I guess it is another part of community work, like with Continuance Dance Company.
Yes.
Like we've been really tapping into growth and like helping others grow within dance and the hip hop culture, and then bringing that back to Sacramento. You know, we're planning an event, we're doing a comp, so like there's a lot of moving parts with all these things happening within this month and next month, but it's like all positive, and it's like it's just yay. I'm so happy. I'm tired, but I'm happy.
I feel the energy, and we love to see it.
I know. I feel it too. I feel it too. I feel a difference.
And you look good.
Thank you. What makeup can do.
Makeup can do now.
What makeup can do to you. How about you? How you doing?
It's my birthday month.
Oh,
How do you feel about birthdays? Are you like a celebrate all birthdays, or are you like a it's my birthday bitch? Like, do you have to post it on Instagram that it's your birthday? Like, how are you with birthdays?
I have no clue. Okay, backstory. I know it's about your birthday, but you asked me.
No. Go ahead. We have conversations.
So when I was younger, I love my parents. Don't get me wrong, but I've never had a birthday party. Like other than my first birthday. Oh, take a note. Make notes. Like they haven't really planned. They didn't plan that for me and my brothers. It was always just like with us, like maybe an auntie or uncle or a cousin would show up, but it was never like, oh, Callie's having a party, you're invited. You know, it's Disney themed. You know, it was never Disney like that. Oh my God, I'm like, yeah, that's what I would have wanted. But I don't know. I've always just celebrated it with my family, but it's never been like, oh my God, it's Callie's birthday. We're gonna go out. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. But like growing up, even now celebrating my birthday, I've never really planned anything huge around it. It's just, I guess, a more reflective time of year.
Yeah,
I do post it. Like sometimes I have a cute, cute birthday post.
Every girl does that. You get a fire ass picture of yourself.
Cute birthday post.
This is 27. You know, chapter 27.
Chapter new life.
I already know. If you do that, do it.
Do it. I think what initiated me celebrating it was like booking my first photo shoot for my birthday, and that was with shout out to Max Mesito.
I think I know
Max
that.
Contreras. But yeah, yeah, I booked my first shoot with him. And I'm like, wow, like this is for my birthday. Like I've never felt this before. And so after that, I would always book at least something. And then just to feel I could celebrate me and like how I've changed and what I look like and my new vibe and me growing into a woman.
It's like Happy New Year's all over again.
Happy New Year, my birthday.
Next chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
I mean, like, I've never been like, oh, bitch, it's my birthday month. What we doing? Mark your calendars. Like, you know how people post on Instagram?
Yeah,
They'd be like,
Venmo me, Cash App. I've never been to that extent, but I am like, it's my birthday month.
Oh, for sure.
Kind of gal.
It's to be celebrated.
Because, why not?
Why not,
Why
Serena?
not?
I'm excited for you.
I'm not annoyed at it, okay?
I'm not.
For me, I love celebrating
Mhm.
anything, any small thing, and birthdays to me are something
Big.
to go big. It's your new year for yourself, and I know people that are completely the opposite of that. Like, oh, it's just another year, especially for their own birthday. It's like,
yeah, it's really.
like,
don't really
it's
wanna
my
do
birthday,
anything.
so it's just another day. Like, why don't we celebrate us every day? And I'm like,
Mhm.
I get it. I get what you're saying,
But
it's my birthday, and I want to have some fun, and I want to celebrate. I want you to feel special. I'm very much a giver.
Mhm.
I'm a gift giver. Like,
you are.
I'm very much. I just love that. I love giving gifts and celebrating people, no matter what. So that's just my type of love language that I like to give. Receiving, when it comes to my birthday, I'm not super like mark your calendars type of person.
Same.
But I am going to plan something. Like, I always try to. Well, the last two, I'll give you an update on what I'm doing this month, but this year. But the last 2 months, I stayed inside. I did not make it a big deal. I didn't really do anything because I was just in an era of like not going out. I don't want to drink. I just want to have a nice, because I think I was so busy and going through a lot of life stuff the past 2 years that I didn't feel like it. And I just wanted to be inside with my phone off and disconnected type of thing.
That's
like 2 years ago, or to my 25th birthday, I even planned a whole Napa trip. Then I had a whole group chat. I scheduled hotels and all that stuff. And then I decided, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I was planning a girls' trip and everything. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill. I don't feel like it. I really don't, and that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. So
plus, you were coordinating
that's what
everything.
I did. Yeah. But this year, we're gonna do it. We're running it back. We're for sure gonna go. It's next week, and Callie can't be there.
Sorry.
She has her own thing. So we're gonna do something. We'll do something. But I'm having a girls' trip to Napa.
I know. It's
going to 2 wineries. I got my dresses.
Gotta show me outfits.
Yeah. 2 wineries. Gonna spend the night. We're gonna have a cute little girl sleepover. I mean, you know what I mean. That sounded weird. And then we're gonna have a dinner. So it's gonna be cute.
No,
I really wanted to have a girl. I want to do it for the girls. I just want to have a girls trip, if you will. And I'm not a Vegas type of gal. I don't like to go to the club and go crazy. I think Napa is my vibe. Dress back, cute.
Walk around.
We're going to this Mykonos inspired winery with the view. So
go to the farmer's market.
Yeah, just all that. So I'm so excited.
And
I'm so excited for 27.
I know. It's going to be a good year for you. I already feel it. There was a shift. There's been a shift within 2024 because the beginning of the year was like
a lot.
But
exciting. Yeah.
But exciting. But now things are like
we're just living our lives.
I'm excited for your
birthday. Gosh, just to see how much we have changed since we first started the podcast.
Yeah. It's like night and day,
Goodness. And granted, it's not easy still, but I'm going to therapy this week. Today.
Today.
Yeah, at 3 p.m. Not 3 p.m. Okay. Yeah. In a couple hours. In a couple hours, I'm doing therapy because I'll give you guys a little rundown on my therapy journey and experience. It's my first time doing therapy in maybe 2 years.
Oh, wow.
It's been a long time because I've gone through so many different types, and the first time I did it, it was through Kaiser, so just those regular psychiatry type things, and she was cool. It was my first time, so it was kind of nice to talk about all my issues, all my problems, all that stuff. I already knew from the get-go I have anxiety issues. I have severe anxiety at this point, and that was kind of something I was working through in the beginning, and then I stopped. I don't know why. I think she was kind of leading me in a way of you should take group classes and do breathing techniques. And at that time I was like, okay, that's great and helpful, but I also want to talk about things.
Right. You have to let it out.
And I wanted more of a talk type of therapist instead of you giving me solutions to my anxiety, which I get it helps, right? Those techniques, but also I needed help working through my issues personally because I was going through a lot. So I stopped that. Then I did BetterHelp because I was going through a lot during that time. The last time I did therapy, going through a lot. did BetterHelp because I heard so much about it. I
I've
had
heard
like
of it
a I had like a deal too, like those codes. I was like using that,
too.
so it was a little bit cheaper. And I actually liked. Actually, I had one therapist. Didn't like her. Second one though, she was very good. She helped me work through a lot of things, but it got expensive.
It's expensive.
It got expensive, so I stopped that.
Mm-hmm.
And then come 2024, everything's good. But at the same time, I've become so aware of myself now, so aware of my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's something that I want to continue to work on. So, like my severe anxiety, I had like a pre-diagnosis.
Right.
I'm really sharing a lot.
I know.
No, but yeah, it's real. That's
real.
what I'm going through.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Severe anxiety, it's a thing. And I'm sure everybody has some bit of anxiety,
We
like
do.
not a
We do.
uncommon thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to work on that and just coping with it. I am doing better, but I just would like some more guidance, and it's going through my insurance. So we're gonna try her out and see
That's good.
how that's gonna work. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah,
This
and I
will be a
kind of
good
want to see what
time.
else I got. You know what I'm saying?
You never know.
I just want to unpack things. I want to unpack little tendencies I have. I'll maybe talk about it on another episode.
Maybe.
Let me talk to my therapist first.
I know. Let her regroup, and
Let
then
me
we'll come back to you.
We'll come back with another
Stay
update
tuned.
on therapy. So
Yeah, that'd be good. You can tell us your experience. I've
Yeah.
never been to therapy.
mm-hmm.
I've never been to therapy, but I have talked about a lot of my problems
Yeah.
with like family members who've gone through it first. Like maybe my older brother. He's my therapist.
Nice.
But I've never gone to like a professional before, so you can give me a little insight.
Which I kind of like. I love to talk. I'm not the type of I'm not a keep it inner type of person. Like I love to vent. Okay,
Mhm.
I don't mind telling all my friends and family about it, but I try not to because it's
Right.
like a lot, and then I don't want to like people have busy lives, and I don't want to just unpack everything I have.
Right.
I have a boyfriend anyway, but also I don't want to always do that to him.
Yeah.
So what I will say from my past experiences, and it is nice to like talk to someone who doesn't know you, like they don't have a bias about you, you know?
Yeah.
It's an outside perspective. It's someone that's educated in, what they do and can
Mhm.
actually help you through these things like psychology and all that.
Yeah.
So
They know what they're
that's what I
doing.
liked about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I know it's like, you have to find the right fit too. Don't just go with anybody. You have to make sure it's suitable for you. So
That's good.
we'll see.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
I've always wondered if I have ADHD.
No, me too. That's what I'm going to figure out today.
I don't know. Okay, I'm uneducated on this. Either ADHD or the other focus one.
ADD? Oh, no, never mind.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. Ooh, I don't know. We'll see. I just see signs, people. But then again, like Serena said, we all have
Everyone has a little bit of
anxiety.
something. I feel like
We all have like focus issues. It's
because of
fine.
the world that we live in today. I feel like it's just distractions all over the place.
You're right.
Yeah.
I distract
It
myself.
is what it is. But what are we going to do, right? What can we control? What can we do about
You
it?
can control you.
Your actions and your
Yes.
thoughts.
Yes.
Oof.
Yes.
But anyway,
Yeah, I'm happy for you. This
Thank
is
you,
good.
thank
This is a
you.
good thing. I think it's very
yeah,
positive.
we're both in a good place
Yeah.
so far.
Keeping it moving.
Keeping it moving. It's going to be Mother's Day.
I know.
This Sunday. Do you have any plans?
Yeah, actually, I do. I think me and my family are gonna go out to dinner, and then we'll have my grandma
Cute.
with us too. So we'll celebrate Mother's Day with my grandma and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice. Yeah, we always do a little something. You know, if we don't go out to eat because it's really busy on Mother's Day,
Mm-hmm.
we'll probably do something at the house, really low key.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I didn't have no plans yet. But I should invite my grandma over or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely will do like a
Invite
dinner.
your
Go to
grandma.
church.
Go to church. Oh yeah, we're gonna go to church.
Go to
in the morning.
church.
You know
Get
the deal.
some dinner.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Definitely invite your grandma.
Yeah.
Definitely invite her.
She's in the Bay though. I have to get her to come to Sac.
Oh,
That's
is
the thing.
no one going to pick her up? No one's gonna pick
We'll
her
see.
up? Okay, we'll see. You already know.
Stay tuned.
Filipino drama. It's either no one wants to pick them up or no one wants to
Pick up your Lola.
Come on.
People. Pick up the
Pick
Lola.
up Mama, okay?
Pick up Mama. That's what I call my grandma.
I call her Mama too.
Aww.
Aww.
Mama Shawnee.
Aw, that's so cute. I just say Mama.
Her name is Constellation.
Constelacion.
Now she goes by Shawnee.
Wow.
Go
Really?
Shawty.
It's your birthday.
Yeah.
I like
So
that. My grandma's name is her American name is Vivian,
Ooh.
but her Filipino name is Flaviana.
Buzz down, Flaviana. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Our grandmas be
Constellation and Flaviana.
unique.
I know it's giving
I have
me.
I have a constellation in my family too. R.I.P.
Oh,
I know, but you have at least one. You have at least one constellation. You have at least a couple of twins that have the same name, and then you have a Tito Boy,
Tito Boy,
Junior,
Tita Baby,
Tito
Tita Baby,
someone.
Tito Junior. That's
you have
right.
You have a Ricardo or a Rick somewhere.
I'll just tell you, my grandpa, he was boy.
Okay.
His older brother is Boss.
Boss.
The third one, the next one is Daddy Junior.
Okay. Daddy Junior. What? No, seriously.
The way you said it was so on point.
Daddy Junior. Bro, okay, I don't speak Tagalog, but I can imitate accents so good.
And the last one is Chip.
Chip.
It's like, where did they come up with these? And they're all rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
All the women in my family live so long.
That's facts.
They live up to like hundreds.
Oh,
because all the lolos, I'm not, like 100. I'm not gonna say hundreds.
200.
Because all the lolos would smoke and drink and just mess up their bodies.
Yeah. Plus, diabetes, high blood pressure.
Yeah. So,
God, we gotta stop
take care of yourself.
Yeah, we gotta stop it. Let's break the curse here and now, people.
Yeah, so.
No more.
Love that for us.
I love that for us. Yeah, I think on there's Papa, there's Papa Boy, Papa Toto. No, seriously, like that's how it is. That's how it go. Oh, that's how you keep track, okay? That's how you keep track with the interesting names.
Let's just have this whole episode just be naming Filipino nicknames.
Okay, let's find another funny one.
Len. People like to do the double names.
Yeah, like the Junjun. What Junior is Junjun?
Bong.
I have an Uncle Bong. Bong. What's your real name? I don't know.
But my uncle, like friend's name is Bong, and they call him Bongalong. Oh my god.
There's some really pretty Filipino nicknames though.
Like what?
I don't know. I've heard a couple, but all of the funny ones stick out.
You call me Sere.
Sere?
In the Philippines.
That's kind of cute.
That. Sere.
Because it's like Serena.
Yeah.
Do they say Serena or Sarina?
Sarina.
And
my grandma, she calls me Sorina.
And
on Christmas one time, she wrote my name Sorina because she spells things the way that she says it.
God bless her. Sorina. Sorina. That's your song. Yeah, everyone in my family says California.
Mm-hmm.
California. Don't like
I've
actually, if the F is there, it's like a hard F. Like
California.
I have
a funny one.
Which one? What is it?
I didn't watch it, but anyway, my mom's friend, like family friend.
Yeah.
So, the mom was giving birth to her.
Okay.
They didn't have a name for her yet.
Okay.
She comes out, and she doesn't know what to name her.
Okay.
So she looks around the room. She sees emergency room, and she calls her Emergencita.
Emergencita?
I love that.
I love that.
Like, why are you in a rush to name her? Because they were like, what do you want to name? What do you want to name the baby?
Emergencita. Or either it was quick, or she's chilling on her bed. They're feeding her. They have the baby. The nurses were helping her. The baby's over there, and she's just looking at her options in the hospital room. So there's emergency. There's probably an exit sign. She's probably how on the board they have like the name of your nurse. They're like, she's probably like, my sister's named that.
Yeah,
we don't want that name. Exita. We don't want the Exita.
Oh my god.
Emergencita. That go crazy.
I love that.
Oh my god.
I love crazy names.
I do.
I just love like unique names.
I love unique names. Like, how'd you get that? Well, majority of the time, if you're Filipino, they put 2 and 2 together, and they do a little morph your name together. My dad's name was this. My mom's name was that, and then now I'm this.
They did it where like my dad starts with an S, so our whole family starts with an S. Even with our dogs' names, it has to be S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then cute. My mom's name. Her nickname is Mayet.
Okay.
So that's how I have May. Spelled like Mayet.
Oh.
But I don't say Mayet.
That's cute.
It's just May. Yeah.
That's cute.
Serena
May.
What's your
my middle name?
Like, do you have like a second
I don't
name?
have a second name.
Okay,
I just
good.
have a
Because you have a
middle
long
name.
first name anyway.
I know. I wonder what it would have been.
California Marie.
Don't you ever put Marie after that crazy name. Like, it would have been something crazy. But my dad said if I was a guy, he wouldn't have called me
What would it be?
California. He would have named me Khalifa.
Period.
That's even before
Goodness,
Khalifa.
imagine a guy named Khalifa.
Well, Khalifa like translates
He just sounds
to
so like
Khalifa translates to like ruler or like
oh
king.
damn.
Yeah.
Probably get California then.
California he got from not only the state. Everyone's like, oh, were you born in California? Yes, I was born here, but he didn't name me after the state. He named me after just the name itself, like where it came from. Okay, let me give you a little backstory.
Okay.
And then it kind of ties into Calafia Beauty too. So California, when the Spaniards were venturing off to the west, they were like conquering land, and they had a in their lore, they had in their stories, this is like a mythical island named California with a C. And so California translates to like island paradise, right? So this was already like a mythical island within like their heritage, their stories. Then once they ventured off to the west, they found California, right? They found the land towards the west coast by the water. They're like, we found California. So they named California. So yeah, it means island paradise. And then in that same book, the ruler of California was Queen Calafia.
Ooh.
But of course with a C, but I made it with a K.
Like that.
That's why I changed my name from Cali B Beauty to Calafia Beauty.
I love Calafia. I love that name. It fits.
It fits because it's like another persona.
It's like
of mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we love that. Filipinos, man. You'd be funny.
Comment what if you're Filipino.
Yeah, comment Filipino.
Give us some more
if you have
names,
an interesting name.
because I know there's a bunch. I just can't think of it.
I know there's a bunch, and it's hilarious. But it's not hilarious like bad, but hilarious like good.
We love it.
We love it. It's
We're
my
here
heritage.
for it.
I'm just really sad I don't speak Tagalog, so
yeah.
I can sing it. I can
read it. And I can read it. I can understand most of it.
You understand most?
Most of it, but let me tell you, when I went to the Philippines, because they're like, they talk so fast, and then I can really just make out a lot of words and then kind of put the pieces together.
Yeah.
But I can't just have a conversation.
Dude, when I went to the Philippines, my dad was like, don't speak a word. Shut up.
Oh no.
Shut up. They already know you're American. Don't try it.
Because like nosebleed when they try to speak English.
Yeah. Like, he's like, they know you're American. They're going to try to take advantage of you. Let me talk. Because they speak fluently. They didn't teach us, but they speak fluent. So I'm just like, whatever. I could try. Like, I have a good accent if I really put my mind to it. Okay. We were at like Green Hills in Manila.
Green Hills, shout out.
Shout out. But like we were shopping. It's my first time at the flea market over there. And I was, makano po, trying to be respectful. Like, hi ate. Like, all that stuff. But then my dad was just like, how much did you get for that? And I said, this amount of pesos. He's like, they bamboozled you. I'm just like, Dad, bro. Like, this is their livelihood.
I almost bought a Louis bag from Green Hills. I'm not even going to lie.
They're pretty convincing. Okay?
They're pretty convincing. They're
convincing.
So nice. Ma'am, sir.
Ma'am, sir. Hello po.
Don't get shoes from there, though.
Don't get shoes.
If you know what Green Hills is, it's a place where people sell a bunch of things, like designer things.
Yeah, it's like a flea
not
market.
all designer, but it's a flea market.
It's a flea market.
They're very salesy over there.
That's their livelihood. That's their livelihood. That's why I'm just like, Dad, I bought a phone case, right? And I got it for, I forgot how many pesos, but it's
cheap, bro.
Maybe like here would have been $5. Not that bad. But he's like, you could have went over here. Like, she bamboozled you. You could have got it for $1. I'm just like, Dad, it's their livelihood. Yeah. And I tried speaking Tagalog. Me and my brother did it. I'm just like, Kenna, let's go. My brother, I'm just like, let's do this. Let's just go next door. And then we tried it, and we like kind of spoke kind of Tagalog, and they were helping us. They're like, oh, what kind of case were you looking for? I'm just like, see, I can survive.
Imagine if we went to the Philippines together.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
We would conquer.
We would zoom in on that part when you said that. We would conquer. Period. We really would, to be honest. Let's try it one of these days.
Because when you go there, they like stare at you because they know you're American.
They do. They're very nice, though.
Yeah.
The thing about the Philippines that I really loved was not only like the hospitality, like, but they're so positive and happy, even within their like unfortunate circumstance. They live in a third world country. Happy. dude, they're in the third world country. They don't have much. They work really hard.
And they still sing karaoke.
They still sing, and they still are very kind to you.
They still have a
These
karaoke
people
machine.
make a minimum of $5 a day.
It's crazy.
Not even that. Like when we went there, like I saw kids on the street,
You'd be rich
like
over there.
by themselves.
Mhm.
Like I saw a baby. I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
where's your mom? Like, where's your dad? Like, you never know their situation. So it really put things into perspective. I remember
Yeah.
going into Manila, and I don't know if you guys seen like District 8 or like, you know, that movie, like it's post-apocalyptic, and like there's like cardboard everywhere and like metal sheets and like their makeshift houses like that are stacked up. And that was literally
Yeah.
the Philippines. I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude, and we're complaining about freaking
I
TikTok.
don't know.
Like
TikTok.
yeah, like it literally
Puts
put
into
life
perspective. That's why I want to go
into
back.
everything. Yeah,
Hopefully
I think
next
everyone
year.
needs to go back to wherever they're from,
Mm-hmm.
or everyone needs to go to places like the Philippines or any third world country, literally,
Mm-hmm.
because I no longer complain about like the smaller stuff. I mean, whatever inconvenience that we have here, you know,
Yeah.
we can't always help everyone around the world, but at least it'll help you with perspective
Mm-hmm.
and like, you know, where our parents came from.
We should definitely, like, you know, when we get up there, like,
Yeah.
just help find a charity.
Something.
Go over there,
I would love to give
back to, you know, people in the Philippines. I would
Mhm.
love that.
I would love to give back. I would love to do that. And yeah, our family comes from there. Like my
Mhm.
dad brought me to his like the area where he didn't grow up, but he spent a couple of years of his life there, and it was bad. It's bad. Like my dad's from the cuts. Okay,
Mhm.
my mom from Manila. She had a nanny. My dad grew
Yeah,
up.
she had a nanny.
She had a nanny. My dad grew up like in a hut,
The
like
opposite. In a hut.
in a
Oh my
hut, like on
gosh.
stilts. You know, like
Yeah.
like 20 people in a house. You
Yeah.
know, so like them coming here and like making such a life. Not even them, like their parents, our
Mhm.
grandparents, like they've worked so hard. So it's nice to see or really fully understand the story when
Yeah.
you go back to your home or like your heritage, your country. And yeah, I feel like our parents played a big part of
I
like
know. My mom came from the Philippines. My dad came from America.
Okay.
So it's different.
okay.
But I will say, like, even though my dad could probably relate more in terms of growing up, like my upbringing, like being a teenager, like he went through all that.
Mhm.
My mom, she's the opposite. Like, she was very sheltered,
Mhm.
didn't get to go out. Like, you know, the Philippines is different too. Like,
Yeah.
just have really old school type of, you
Yes.
know, values. And I will say, though, like, my mom, even though we bumped heads a lot as a teenager because I was so American and I was like doing bad things and all that stuff. But as we got older, like no matter what though, whatever she taught me, like still it was always instilled in my head. Just to, all her good values about her.
Mhm.
I really appreciate that because if I had only like went through like the troubled teenage ways and like just like went off the rocker and like did all that like crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But no matter what, because I told you about my life in college, like going crazy, but I feel like her teachings and like her always checking up on me. I know it's annoying when you're a teenager and
Yeah,
like
of course.
she's always checking up on you. I'm glad that she did because, you know, it made me like, okay, let me not, you know, I would always feel guilty if I were to like go out so late or do bad things, whatever. I'm just so thankful that she continued to still give me that love, give me that those
Grace.
values, you know, because I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for that. I feel like our
100
moms
yeah, 100%.
played a huge part in our character.
Uh-huh.
I owe it all to her, honestly. Most of it.
Most of it. Yeah, I think I relate on the part where when you're a teenager, you know, your attitude.
The attitude, that's for sure.
Attitude could be something that's not priority, and like you're so passionate and like your emotions are so strong at that age. You don't know what you're saying. You don't know how it's coming
And then when
off.
your mom is like back talking to you, you're like,
like yeah, or like I don't know. I used to like I don't know on time at times when I'm passionate about something, but I didn't know how to maturely communicate it. I think I would give attitude 100%, and I don't. I remember like giving it, and at one point, like I didn't even like feel sorry. You know, like when you're young, you're
just
like,
I want to get out of this place.
Yeah, like when you're young, your perspective is your perception and everything is your reality, and so like what you feel and how you're feeling and what you're thinking and what's happening around you is just you. When you're a teenager, you're in your own world.
Like
you have your own worries.
Hormones.
Yeah, and like you don't realize like how it's affecting your loved ones, your parents or your mom especially because she was around more majority of the time. Like my dad, he was at work he works
Same.
in the Bay Area. He drives all the way over there, right? So like he commutes half of the day, and then I see him at night. Majority of the time I see my mom. We wake up together, we go to school, she picks me up, everything. So being a teenager, middle school, I think I was okay in elementary school. Middle school, high school, you know, you're trying to gain your independence, and like you're so involved in school, like you have a schedule, you have to be here, da da da. Mom, why did you do this? Like you're embarrassing me. I think we were meant to say those things or like go through that, but now being
You appreciate it now.
Yeah, you appreciate it now, but now you're in your 20s, like late 20s. I have such a better relationship with my mom now than I have had in the past. Because I used to think my mom or my dad, like, they were like my enemy. Like, they're against me. Like, dude, like, why is always.
They're never letting me do this or that.
Either they're not letting me do it, or like, why are they always getting on me? Like, for everything. Like, they don't talk to my brothers like this. They talk to me like this. Why does my mom, like, I felt all the pressure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but now we're like at a really good
we can talk
place.
about our day. We can talk about what we're going
through. She's like
through.
My best friend.
Yeah, like she can vent to me about things. Now I'm giving her advice.
Yeah, bro. Like for that part of venting, like my mom obviously at a young age, she's not gonna vent to me about how she's feeling about like her mom, her husband, like her sisters. Like she's not gonna vent about the things that's bothering her because she knows, or your mom knows. She's not gonna understand.
I saw a TikTok that made me understand. Yeah, I saw a TikTok that made me emotional because it was like, as you grow older, it said something about like your mom's a girl too.
She is. You know,
she's like has her emotions too. And growing up as children, teenagers, like we don't look at them like that.
No,
we look at them as our moms or someone authority figure, someone that tells us what to do, all that. But then when you become a woman, and you see your mom as a woman, it's like, dang, like.
Yeah,
I put you through a lot of shit.
Sorry. Yeah, or like life has like you've been. Because
imagine what we're going through now, but then also being a mom.
Man,
because how old was I? So my mom, when she was 27, 4, 5, 6, I was probably 4 years old. But yeah, still, like I can't imagine doing what I'm doing with a kid. And if I did have a kid right now, I'd be happy. But I'm just saying, like, you know,
by the time my mom was 27, I think she already had 2.
Oh wow, yeah.
She got married at 24. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
What was going on through your head? Like,
yeah.
Even back then, like, even though things were a little bit more simple when it comes to career and stuff like that, school, like, things weren't such, like, you don't have to get your master's. You just get your bachelor's. You know, you can go to trade school. But, like, what is that like being a mother at that young age? I mean, there's people now who go through
doing that have older kids already.
Oh, 100%. Some people have kids at 18, and that's fine. But, like, I've always put that as a standard. Like, my mom is the standard. My dad is the standard. So, like what you said about putting expectations up for your parents from growing up, from when you can comprehend that's your mom, that's like your mom. Like, that's your hero. Like, the standard and the bar is here. So when you get older and you start realizing and understanding good from bad, common sense, like what should have been, what could have been, what she should have done, then you start questioning, like,
that's the hard part. Especially, I don't know if it's just like just Asian or Filipino parents.
No, I think it's.
I'm sure everyone can relate, but I think our parents aren't perfect. I absolutely love my parents. I'm thankful for them.
Yeah,
how they've raised me.
Yes,
the life that I have now because of them. But I think a lot of people can relate. Where people I know personally, we just grow up and we become adults, and then we kind of see them as an adult, and it's like, you just kind of catch things that
you do.
Things
and
could be different.
Heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking, and it shatters. For me, it shattered my reality. Me finding out, whoa, like, that's my mom. That's my mom. That's
not in a bad way. We're like, they're bad people.
They're not bad people, but like, you know, when you're your parents, that's a standard. They're your parent. They're supposed to be the example. Supposed to be, right? But they are in that sense. But you forget when you start realizing those things that they're human too.
They're human too.
They're learning as they go, just like you. So I feel like I think I set the bar, or kept the bar high.
I feel that.
And I still keep the bar high for certain things without giving them enough grace. Yeah. And I think that's what I'm learning more.
I think I relate to you on that, just because, like, you had this certain view of them growing up your whole life.
Yes.
And then once you start seeing them in a different type of light that you're not used to, that you might be uncomfortable with,
Yeah.
that can kind of mess you up a little bit because
It
you're just like,
does.
dang,
You're an adult now.
you're an adult now,
You understand more.
and you almost want to like you want to help them with
Yes.
certain things because now you know you've learned, and our generation's different, right? We have different resources. We learn different things that they probably didn't have when they were our age. So it's just something where like I wish they had what we had. But you know, what can we do? It's not something we can dwell on.
We can't dwell on it, and we can't blame them.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I spent a lot of my youth blaming them, blaming my mom, blaming my dad. Like, you weren't supposed to do that. Like, you're my mom. Like, you're supposed to like set the example. Like, all these things, like finances, like responsibility, decisions. Like, it's all coming back around to my parents or whatever situation you're in, and then you see it and you want to help so bad that you care so much that you get upset at small things. And that's what gets me sometimes. Like, sometimes when I speak to my mom, and I love my mom, she's the strongest, most patient person ever, but like, I care so much that it comes off like I'm so angry, and I don't mean to do that, but it's just my passion. Like, you would tell anyone, yo, if you didn't care, I wouldn't bring anything up, or I wouldn't be as passionate as I am. And that goes for any relationship. Part of me doesn't regret it, because then your parents or your mom or your dad, whoever is responsible for you, can truly see how much you're growing.
Yeah.
And how much you can communicate how you feel, right? So when it comes to like expectations and like, it's a hard phrase to say, but sometimes you feel let down from you, especially your loved one and your parents. I think it hurts more just to see them that way, and like, you miss the way it was, I think, when you were a kid, the dynamic and the relationship. But now that I'm at a certain age and like at a certain point with my mom and my dad, majority of my mom, but like, I can talk to her about anything. I can express, like, as an adult and as a woman, like, how I feel. And when I speak to her, it's kind of sad, because sometimes when I ask her questions like, Mom, like, what do you love to do, like, for yourself? Like,
oh yes,
what do you love to do? Like, what are you passionate about?
And they almost can't answer,
and my
really.
mom cannot answer.
Yeah.
I'm like, has anyone asked you like what you love about yourself, and like your favorite characteristics about you, and like, has anyone had this conversation with you wherein you have like positive thoughts about yourself?
Yeah, I don't even know if they grew up so much with like encouraging self-love and all that, you know.
No, I think my mom specifically grew up like really good, like, family. Everyone's pretty loving, but never had that closeness that, like, you know, me and you can speak about anything. You can talk about anything with your besties. Like, my mom, like, I think back then they didn't have that resource, or they didn't have that like opportunity to self-reflect like that. They're just in the moment. They have to get work done. They have to, you know, they have to provide for the family. So like, whenever I ask my mom that, she's like, I don't know. Like, I've always loved to teach. Like, I love teaching. I loved kids. I love helping them. I'm like, okay, but what do you love to do, like, for yourself? Like, self-care. And like, she's never had that conversation, and it makes me really sad. I'm like, well, now we're having it.
Yeah.
Now we can talk about it. It's never too late to like give to yourself, or like, you know, take care of yourself, because our moms are so busy taking care of everyone.
Which is a good and bad thing, because it's like,
there's good and bad.
Like, our family, she keeps it together.
She does.
You know, moms do that. It's their job to keep the family together, keep the household together, all that stuff. I feel like it's been like that through many generations. And while that's a good thing, because definitely without my mom, we would not be a household. Like,
100%.
she's the one affectionate person. She's the one that checks up on every single person, because again, like, I have two other men in our family, so it's like they're not going to be the ones to like reach, you know, be that at
Nurturing.
all. And then I can be, but also I just didn't grow up too much like that, because I had like my dad too. My mom is like the balancer of it all, which is great, and I love that so much about her. But also, they don't do that enough for themselves. They're so busy like making sure the whole family's good, everyone's like happy, everyone's like spending time together, and then like also just taking care of the house. But it's like, what are you doing again? What are you doing for yourself? And I feel like my mom couldn't answer that question either. Like, she wouldn't even know where to begin. Like, I think one day she even like took a bubble bath, had some wine, and listened to music. And I was like, yes, do that.
Do more.
Yeah,
do more of whatever you feel that will make you like cared for, loved. Even though, you know, we care for her, my dad cares for her, your dad probably does things for your mom, but like it's different when you're taking care of yourself and doing things for you.
It might be uncomfortable for them, honestly.
It might be out of like, whoa, like what am I doing?
They might whereas us, we're like, guilty. I need a self-care day.
I need to go get my nails done. But now my mom is getting her nails done. She always has an appointment. She always gets her hair cut. She always gets her hair dyed at a certain place. I'm like, okay, mom, this is good. This is, you're finally like kind of stepping into yourself, because I don't know. My mom specifically, she's had to take care of so many people, especially when my dad got sick.
Oh, wait, we relate so much. That's so crazy.
I know, right? Even without us, like so similar. So like when my dad got sick, she had to take over the household. Like not only take over the household, the paperwork, the bills, everything. Yeah. She had to take care of him.
And I was still him, and then we're still like young at the time.
Yeah, so like take care of him, and then putting aside her, like has no time for her. And then on top of that, you know, more things happen throughout your life. You have to start taking care of your grandparents, you know, like stuff like that, wherein there's zero time for yourself. Like, how do you find that time? How do you find it? And then how do you find it without them feeling guilty about it?
Yeah, and that's why we protect our mom at all costs. I feel like we really look out for our mothers.
I do. I get so offensive or defensive when someone tries to like undermine my mom or make her feel low.
She's the one person I will probably throw hands for.
I will throw hands at family.
I'm not that kind of person neither. At all.
I'm good with confrontation though. I feel like I'm strong and confident enough to talk to people about, hey, that's not good. You're not supposed to do that. She didn't like that. But my mom wouldn't go out of her way to say anything.
Of course. Yeah, she's not like that.
Like your mom's probably the same way too. She takes it and she keeps it pushing. She's like, those are just words. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm like, it matters to me. Yeah. I'm about to pull up. I'm going to pull up. I don't care if you're family. I don't care if you're a friend. Yeah. You do not disrespect my mom, bro. Yeah. Like, do not disrespect my mom. And I don't know. And I think back then, as a teenager, I don't think I would have been able to do that because I don't know her completely.
She was, my mom.
She's my mom. But now, as an adult or growing into an adult, we're getting to know her. Getting to know our moms more.
Because we're women now. And we can relate.
Yes. And I think it's beautiful. Yeah. I never thought I would get to this part. But I think it's really beautiful to see.
Yeah, and it's crazy to hear her vent to me about things. It makes me cry sometimes.
It makes me cry because they get emotional.
It makes me emotional. And I'm like, I never seeing just my parents in general ever be sad or tear up or something would hit a soft spot on me because that's not something I'm used to. And it makes me think, right? Like when we become parents, like, because I know they probably didn't want to show that emotion to us growing up. They always try to be strong, especially men. Yes. So it's just, when I become a parent, I know that I want them to know that these emotions are normal. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be afraid to cry in front of my kids. Obviously, it depends on what it's about.
They have to know.
But even if it's like, a relative passing away or, going through some really hard life struggles, maybe it's okay to not always hold it together all the time. I mean, from Nicole's episode, she was saying
she talked about it.
She cried in front of her daughter.
She was afraid to, and she just did it.
And so I just want to be very open to my kids.
Me too.
Even when they're younger. It's interesting. Me and Raymond talk about parenting, like, because we know we're in that season. People are starting to make families. Like, we're hitting he's 30 now. Sorry if I just said your age.
It's young. You're still young. But it's still a young age.
No, yeah. Like, just talking about ways of parenting because I feel like everyone wants to be better than their parents.
It's a generational thing. Yes.
Yeah. Like, everyone wants to be better than the last. Like, I can only imagine being raised by my grandparents. Like, can you imagine? So that's why I can't blame my parents because look at the really old school
you can't
parenting. But I feel like nowadays I see a lot of parenting where they communicate a lot with their kids. Like, how are you feeling? It's not like, oh, baby talk all the time. I heard it's not good to them
they're talking to them like adults.
Yeah.
Okay, how are you feeling?
I heard giving them options rather than.
So what are you gonna do?
Growing up, right? I was even my nannies back in the day, my Filipino nannies or grandparents. They'd be like, eat this, finish your food right now. Yeah. Almost like you'll get in trouble.
Why are you crying?
Or palo.
Yeah,
stop crying. Where it's like, okay, wait, you can't just not force someone to eat something. I mean, I get it. Don't starve the kid.
Right.
And also it's a weird area because it's you don't want them to be super picky.
Right.
But I think it's a good idea to give them options. Do you want chocolate milk or do you want orange juice?
I think it teaches them awareness at a young age.
Yeah.
It does.
And
it does.
it helps them decide for themselves.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like, and there's consequences per decision. That's a really good way to approach it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see a lot of my like older cousins who have kids now talk to their kids like very adult voice.
How do I feel about that?
What happened? What happened?
Yeah.
Hey, how do you feel about it?
Yeah.
What did she do? Well, did you tell her you feel that way?
Yeah, I was not. I didn't never experience anything like that. I feel like a lot of us haven't.
When I would be crying and I didn't like the way someone talked to me, they wouldn't really like say anything like that.
Yeah.
They'd just be like,
stop crying.
It's okay.
It's okay. Stop crying.
It's okay. Well,
eat a snack.
Yeah, come. Did you eat? Did you eat yet?
Oh God. I mean, no matter what though, even though we didn't go through that type of parenting, we turned out real good.
I think, and I think it's very true. Like the more the generations go down, the better.
The parenting styles are always going to change.
They change, and like it just gets better. So like again, we shouldn't blame our parents for the way they are, the things that they did, because it was worse for them.
It's also unproductive. I feel like
it's unproductive. I used to try to do it.
I know. I've done it myself. I know people that have complained about their parents and how, I wish they made more money. I wish they did this for me. I wish they did that. But you have never ever walked in their shoes. You've never lived in that time period. You've never had the parents that they had. They probably imagine how they felt about their parents. It's just a whole, and it takes a while to understand that. Yeah, we don't understand that when we're young.
No, yeah,
but I think as an adult, you can't really blame your parents. I mean, unless you're being, it depends on the circumstance.
It depends on the circumstance.
But if they did the best that they could,
yes,
with the circumstance that they had,
yes,
be grateful and change, do what's right for the next. Learn from that.
Yeah, I think be grateful, but then now you have to come with the acceptance of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't,
that's true.
Like for me, I think I struggle with trying to help them so much, to help them change for the better. But in reality, dude, like you are responsible for you, and you're not responsible for your parents. It's the opposite. They're responsible for you.
Relate to that.
And I always try to find a fix. I'm like trying my best to kind of like, there's like a wall and you're trying to get to them, but it's not going because you can't change them. You'll try your best.
Just do you. And
accept
maybe
it.
They'll learn from what you do through your actions.
Exactly.
All I could say though, through my experiences, my family has gone through a lot behind closed doors that not a lot of people, anyone really knows about too much. And it's been tough. And I say the only way to kind of get through things like that, like if you are, going through something with your parents or they're going through something really hard, I was that person that would just, my anxiety, right? It would just be through the roof.
Yes.
I'm also a control freak, so I always wanted to see, take control, like take charge and all that stuff, like in every way possible. But it drained me, it emotionally, physically. And at the end of the day, we pray to God. We pray every day. We could practice gratitude. Like we still are healthy. We're still under a roof, all that stuff. We can't control. We can't control everything.
You can't.
Especially when it comes to emotions and the way that they are. A lot of people try to change their parents' views on things and their habits. And it's like, they need to do that for themselves. Like there's only so much you can do, and you cannot go crazy trying to teach your parent how to do something.
Bro, I tried. I've gotten there.
Especially as they get older, they got no time to change into a new person, or like
accept them, love them for who they are, be grateful,
be an example, be there for them, and just show them love, because
at the end of the day,
your parents,
they just want love because that's what they gave you. In the moments where you were upset with them, you might have like swore them off. You might have been, I'm out of here, I hate you. Like you probably have said, I've said it a couple times to myself, but like at the end of the day, it's just about loving each other. Really love them, and like they love you even though they don't. You don't see it. You don't see it, but the hard work and the actions are there.
But don't drain yourself. Like you need to find peace somehow.
Find peace.
And you can't.
I'm currently trying.
And if you're Filipino, like you might relate.
Yes.
We're on that topic of Filipino culture and all that stuff. But that's another part of being Filipino. I feel like a lot of people, we grow up living with our parents for however long.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't turn 18 and be like, see ya,
or they
like,
kick you out.
Yeah, they don't. Like, if you want to go to college outside of like where you live, they're almost, well, not all of them, but I just feel like they're so okay with you living at home. Like they're so okay with that. They would rather
support you through everything.
They'd rather have you there, you know.
And I just want your presence.
And so I used to really hate that.
Me too.
I would wish that I got to live alone for once in my life, you know. Not that can never happen, but especially when you're growing up in your younger 20s, you want to live that life away from your parents.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've gained that still living, you know, and I did have a season of life where I lived in an apartment with Raymond, but I look at it now this way, you know, our time with our parents are getting shorter every single day. And I can complain all day that I live with them.
Right.
But I have to think about, I don't have a bad relationship with them, really. I enjoy their company. It's not bad. You know, in our household, I have my privacy. So, you know, I've tried to switch my outlook on it, and I'm more grateful now, like, having them around, because one day they're not, you know, and that's something, it's sad to think about, but they're not, and you just don't take for granted the time. And I know it's hard depending on who your parents are, and sometimes they can get on your nerves, but for your own sanity,
for your own peace,
just
let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
And there's a lot of things, even more we can unpack.
There's a lot. There's
finances,
a lot
like,
oh god,
all of it.
Started.
Emotions, and I don't want to like air out all that stuff,
right?
Because it is a factor. But again, don't like, what's the word?
Don't let it overcome you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to give so much energy towards it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've given. The tank is empty. The tank is empty. But you know, you come from a place of love, and that's good. But maybe place that love and that focus into like showing them that versus like hating the situation or like wanting to change them and wanting to fix them, right?
Don't worry, you'll have your time where you get to be away from them. And
like I think I've grown into a person or a daughter being more grateful and more understanding of just it in itself. Like you just be accepting and like just have more love. They're not gonna time is fleeting and you don't know what to expect, even though sometimes I think it's just a Filipino thing, but they will guilt trip the hell out of you. But let them. I think.
Again, what can you control in the situation?
You can't. Like, I think I'm doing a better job at separating that. Like, separating the drama and, like, all of the things you want to change from them as my parents. And it's giving me such peace. It's giving me such peace in my life. We are so
all about that. I feel like this year we've been all about control over what you can control.
Yeah.
Because I think all of last year was the opposite. We were just like, we were spreading ourselves so thin, freaking being emotional about every aspect on why it's going wrong, when at the bigger picture is like, what can you control through the situations that you're in? Because if you are feeling like you need to control everything that you can't control, you're gonna go freaking mad.
You're gonna get mad, love.
I tell you.
Mad, I tell you.
And through this way of thinking and just going about life, I feel like we've just been feeling more peaceful.
I am.
And we've been, I think we're starting to see more of the joy, and things are coming our way that are positive because of that.
Yeah.
Because we were looking through lenses of, and I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I have my moments of this sometimes, but it's all a learning experience. We know this.
We know this.
We were looking through a lens of worrying about all these different parts, right? Finances, family, drama, work, business, all that, right? But when you put on a lens of the things that you can control in those aspects, it becomes less.
It gets smaller.
The pot becomes smaller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of a visual for you, but that's how I could say it.
It's like in a microscope or like in a telescope, your vision gets like smaller.
And then you could see the beautiful stars.
Or not even smaller. Not even smaller. I think it expands your vision.
Perhaps.
Like your perspective.
Perhaps.
So the bigger picture gets even more in your brain versus just like you focusing on the minute.
I hope you understand what we're saying.
Yeah,
but overall,
yeah, it'll just expand you.
We see the beauty now. We're in a more of an accepting place to where we're now accepting anything good coming into our lives, because what can we control?
Yeah, and I think I learned that from my mom too.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, I think we learned that from our moms.
Moment.
Yeah, I think we learned that from our moms. Full circle moment,
because
I think our moms are like the most patient.
The most my mom prays every day. My mom prays every single day to Mama Mary and Santo Niño. And God. I don't know. But I'm just saying, yeah, like those characteristics, like through everything that my mom has gone through personally, like she is still going strong. She is still like navigating through, pushing through, is still able to see the light, all of that. And I think we've definitely got that from them. And that's amazing.
I'm learning from it. I think, yeah, most patient, most loving. She, like, I feel like our parents, our moms are like the definition of sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words will never harm me. Like, it's just words. I'm just like, no, Mom, they literally did this, and this, this, and that. And she's like, let it go. I'm like, man, how do you do that? Peace. And it's like, in Kung Fu Panda, it's like Oogway just inner peace. I'm just like, how do you do that? I'll get there one day.
We'll get there. I mean, look at them when they were our age. Who knows what they were going through?
Who knows?
It takes a lot of life experience. But because of them, I feel like we're a step ahead and we kind of know how to navigate things.
Yeah, and I think back then, me realizing the patience and the characteristics, the good characteristics of my mom, back then I used to think, damn, Mom, like, people are gonna take advantage of you. Like, you need to stand your ground and like blah 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 blah, and like in a way I thought it was kind of weak, but no, it's not. It's actually the strongest trait you can have.
Yeah.
She like so much control of your emotions and so much control over who you let affect you and what you let affect you. Like you never, like they never give others permission to like break your character, like others permission to like you giving, like they just don't give other people permission to do that. Like I really admire that, and I think I hope to get there for sure.
We will.
And maybe for some of you, it's not your mom, but like your older sister.
Exactly.
Or like not your mom, but your older brother or your dad.
Your stepmom.
Someone, anyone over you who's been there to guide you and take care of you throughout your life. You can kind of pinpoint these things. And maybe you can see it from our perspective, and maybe it can help you broaden yours, right? So man, I really liked talking about this. And it's so cool because it's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day soon. Yeah. We love our mother.
Love you, Mom.
Shout out to all the mother figures out there. I still love my dad.
I love my dad. Love you.
But it's about
love
moms
you,
this week.
Yeah. I mean, it's about our parents every day. But it just so happens, America capitalizes on Mother's Day. But, it's a nice reminder.
And just to end it off on this message that I learned, kind of, another Mel Robbins too.
Okay, we know you.
But she was saying, she likes to say a lot of different phrases. And one of them was like, let them. I love that. Just because, like, if someone is acting away towards you, and I feel like our moms kind of, like, embody that too.
Yes.
But, like, if someone acting away towards you, let them. Let them do that. If anyone's coming at you negative or affecting you in a certain way or doing something that you don't necessarily like, what can you do? You let them. Let them bask in that energy. Let them do what they have to do and sit in your seat and freaking do you.
Eat your popcorn.
Like, why are you letting someone's bad energy and actions affect yours?
That's on them.
Let them.
Let them. Let them let God. How about that one? Just kidding. I love that. Mel Robbins.
Just ending on that. Go follow Mel Robbins.
She
teaches me a lot
of
gems.
Thank you. Just let them. Do you. Stay in your lane.
What she says next week.
I know. We'll give you a new quote every episode.
She posts videos like every day. So.
Oh my God. Follow us. Mel Robbins, we love you. Yay.
No, I hate that we always do that.
Just because we know we're done with the conversation, but we don't know how to end it.
We don't know how to start. We don't know how to finish.
We just want to keep talking. That's why. We love this so much.
So please, if you comment below and let us know what you love about your moms.
Really,
mother
comment
figures, below. Or if you're a mom, give us some advice. Shit, I'd like to know some tips.
Some tips and tricks.
And please follow our Instagram We're on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube, and we'd love to see you there. We'll link it all down below. As well as our social media.
I know.
If you want to buy a house or sell a house, or if you want to
get your lashes done, whatever you like. You want to talk?
Facial.
That's coming soon,
Oh,
baby.
sorry. Lash lifts.
Stay tuned, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, lash lifts or lash extensions. You know, it's the season of going outside.
So let me
know. Whatever outside is to you.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
We love you. Mama, you know I love you. You know I love you, Mama. Hey, Mama, you're the queen of my heart.